What's up, everyone? This is Vasher187 from 10tontank.blogspot.com, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a build I made in Minecraft using two mods in particular, IndustrialCraft and Buildcraft. Now, if you have never heard of these mods, you can find them pretty simply on Google. Just Google IndustrialCraft and Buildcraft, and you can probably find a nice forum post where they were uploaded, etc., etc. And they're extremely powerful, extremely fun mods. They do have a learning curve, so if you get them, be prepared to put some time into actually understanding how the things work. What I've made here took me about 3 days, and I worked on it mainly in my free time. It's an automatic quarrying machine. Well, specifically 6 automatic quarrying machines, actually 8 automatic quarrying machines, placed in a grid that will obviously do as their name implies. They will automatically dig straight down until they reach bedrock or lava. And as they're doing this, they're actually collecting materials that they harvest in the process of digging, and usually they just spit them out. But what I've done is I've powered the quarries with redstone going to some engines. I filled the engines halfway with fuel. I'm not too worried about cooling because engines powering quarries don't tend to overheat too much. And what it's going to do is whenever this particular 9x9 area collects an item, it will be fed to this pipe, and up here, where whatever item it is sorted out. Obviously I made this in creative mode. If you were to attempt to make something like this in survival, it would be... I'll go ahead and I'll say that it's not possible, because if you just look at the amount, these particular pipes take diamonds, and if you look at every single intersection with that colorful pipe, it takes a lot of diamonds, and I haven't even shown you the sorting areas yet. This is just to kind of sift through the materials themselves. So what these do is, like I said, they allow you to sift through materials, and what I have here is a filter pipe. And as these are digging, they obviously have a chance to collect cobblestone, dirt, gravel. I put mossy cobblestone in there on the off chance that I find a dungeon. The ores, 2 ores, iron and gold, and the 2 ores that come with IndustrialCraft, copper ore and tin ore. And as well, they can find any of these, non-ore but still valuable things. And I put mushrooms because sometimes you find mushrooms in these machines, and I don't want to clog it up by having it harvest something that it doesn't know how to sort. So I just covered my bases. And what this is going to do is I put cobblestone, dirt, gravel, and moss, cobblestone into the blue grid, and this is the blue side. So those 4 items will be sorted through to this pipe on the lower level, which is then sent to this pipe, which is told to sort them all through the blue, and will take all 4 of those items to this complex, which processes them, and it's extremely confangled and just completely, it's a mess, really. I didn't take a lot of time to organize the pipes themselves, so they're just kind of running all over the place. It works, but it's not the prettiest thing to look at, I'll be honest. But what the materials coming through basically do, the dirt, cobblestone, gravel, and mossy, they'll come over here and they will be divided again. Cobblestone and mossy cobblestone will be sent right, while dirt and gravel are sent left. Dirt and gravel come up here to this pipe where they're separated further, dirt going to the black color and gravel going to the yellow color. Gravel goes down to its own little area where I have these recyclers. Whenever you put, no matter what it is, if you put a material into a recycler, the recycler does its job and gets rid of it. It's basically more efficient than an incinerator. I have them powered by 4 generators down below. But once this gets rid of the item that drops into it, there's a random chance that it will create an item called scrap. That scrap is then fed out of the machine by these brown and blue motors and fed down to here. Obviously these are set to sort through scrap and send them all to one pipe. And the same happens to dirt. Dirt goes into a separate path down to these 5 recyclers, which then have a chance to turn the dirt into scrap and send it down here. What happens down here, and the reason all the scrap is set to go to this one direction, is because of this, an automatic crafting table. And as you can see, I have this crafting table programmed to create a scrap box. Once it gets 9 scrap from the random process of scrap dropping from upstairs there, it will automatically create a scrap box, which is then pumped out of the automatic crafting table and over to these 2 chests. As you can see, it's told to sort up or down. It has 2 chests. I don't know how many of those I'm actually going to get. And what you do with scrap boxes is you can take them, and when you open a scrap box, it gives you a completely random item. You could get a slime ball, bread, dirt. I could get more dirt. Or you could get diamond. It's completely random, and that's way more efficient than just having 40 stacks of dirt lying in a box somewhere, I thought. It's really just completely tangled up, as you can see. But there's something else I'd like to talk about, and that's these pink pipes, which are obsidian pipes. They're powered by engines as well. And what ends up happening is, at the start of the process, these things, 8 different miners are all collecting dirt blocks and sending them all in one direction. That's a lot of dirt for this thing to work through, and these recyclers can only hold 1 stack of dirt at any time. Once they've reached their capacity of 1 stack, any more dirt trying to enter them is denied, and it spits it out. What these pink pipes do is they're set to pick up any loose items laying around. So if these are full and they deny dirt entrance, or whatever you want to call it, these will then suck up the dirt and recycle it back into the system and keep sending the dirt down to the recyclers until they're ready to receive more. And I've done this fail-safe with every process that this machine does. In addition, I'll come back here and I'll talk to you about cobblestone and mossy cobblestone, which go in this direction. They immediately get divided up. 50% of the cobblestone immediately gets sent to this wall of chests and sorted as just cobblestone, and all of the mossy cobblestone found will get sorted there as well. But the other 50% of the cobblestone that gets to this point will be sent up to this area. I'm blocked by a pipe. Will be sent to this area, and what ends up happening is this divides all of this cobblestone evenly to the different areas down to these electric furnaces, which are powered by generators down below. And these will turn the cobblestone slowly into normal stone, which then gets pumped out of those and down to the lower layer of chests only, while cobblestone is on the upper layer. And as well, once it reaches 1 stack, it cannot hold any more cobblestone, gets fed into this pink piping, and that's the process for scrap blocks. It's becoming nighttime, so I'm hoping this doesn't affect recording very much. Now I'll talk about the 4 ores that could be found in the ground. These get sent the opposite direction. While dirt, cobblestone, and gravel get sent over there to be turned into scrap or stone, ores come up here and get sent along this medium layer of piping, and then down and across to this area. And I just went to sleep, so now it's suddenly daytime. But anyway, they get sent to this area. And what this area is, there's a lot of redstone powering a really tangled up system of motors, is the ores will get sent down to this pipe and all sent to yellow. At this point, they're not told which direction to go. It's completely up to the game. It's random. Whatever ore it is, it doesn't matter. It will either go down or over here. And I have 3 of what is called a macerator. These macerators, if you can see them, will take any ore and crunch it up and ground it into 2 piles of dust relative to what ore it was. So if an iron ore block is put into this macerator, it will give me 2 piles of iron dust. That iron dust is then pumped out of the macerator across a small section where it is put into an electric furnace. And the reason it goes into the macerator first is because this doubles the ore. If I were to just take an iron ore block and put it into an electric furnace, it would give me 1 iron ingot. But if I macerate the iron first and get 2 piles of iron dust, then put that into an electric furnace, both of them, I would get 2 ingots from 1 block of iron ore. And that's the reason it has that process. Those 2 ingots of iron ore that are created are then sent through to these chests. And I also have the same system here, where because I'm sorting through 4 different types of ore, let's say an iron ore block comes down, decides it's going to drop into this macerator. Now that is grinding iron ore. Then a copper ore block comes down the same pipeline and chooses to go the same path and tries to jump in there while it's still grinding iron. It rejects it. It spits it out. The reason this is here is to prevent that. If it spits out an ore because it's busy processing another type of ore, it will suck it back up, bring it back up and around, and recycle it until one of the macerators is ready to take the ore. And that's about it. I mean, there's also these items here: coal, obsidian, lapis, diamond, redstone, uranium, mushrooms, and flint, which can be randomly found in gravel, are sent up to the top floor and sent red down to this processing area, but they aren't processed. There are way too many of them. I honestly wish I could have spent more time making individual processing areas for each thing, because I know you can get way more coal from 1 coal block if you macerate it, etc. But I didn't do that. I just had them stored into this wall of chests. It's kind of boring, but everything else goes there. And the whole process is run by these giant strips of redstone. This switch will activate the mining process. These engines will send power to the miners and will begin the quarrying. And this redstone goes all the way around the perimeter to power every single one. This switch activates the processing area for ores. The reason this is here is to basically help me monitor the temperature of my motors. If I leave that switch on and I'm getting power to these motors for extended periods of time, they will become white hot, and they have a potential to explode when they're that hot. Instead of having to fly over there every time to make sure those motors aren't going to explode, I have this here, and the second this is white hot, I know that I need to shut it down, let it cool off, and then turn it back on when it's blue. Same aspect over here. I have this to monitor it. I was planning to put a wall up anyway. And this powers the processing area for junk blocks: dirt, cobblestone, gravel. It's 3 separate redstone areas. Took me about 3 days. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start a high-speed footage loop thingamajigger for you guys to watch. So I'm hitting the switch. Bang. Bang. And bang. And this process will start automatically. I'll show you guys what happens here. As you can see now, the power is getting to these miners, and they're creating the perimeter with which they're going to mine. This takes a couple of seconds to put the orange frame around it, and this collides so I can no longer fly through those orange bars. And it will begin mining shortly. And once it does, I'll transition to the faster, just sit and watch them mine. Because at first it's going to start mining the grass and the flowers. And there it begins. As you can see, it creates this crane-like structure that intelligently moves across the space and mines in order from the highest block left to right, or maybe right to left. Starting in one corner, it's getting grass, which doesn't give me any materials, and this one's getting flowers. As you can see, the flowers are floating up through that pipe. They will arrive up here, and they will be rejected and spit out right there, because I don't inform this what to do with flowers. So as you'll see, it'll just spit them out. There you go. Completely rejected the flower. It's not doing anything with them, just spitting them out. This one's already begun to collect dirt blocks, and those are going to go up to the processing area, and I'll fast forward here so you guys don't have to stare because I didn't add any gold pipes. This is a slow process, and I'll wait until the dirt sort of collaborates on itself near the end, and then I'll start recording again. Alright, I'm back. Hello. And as you can see, these are doing their jobs pretty well. They're already down to stone. They're pumping really fast, and the reason they're going so fast is because of all the fuel that I put in these things that's taken advantage of, and it is really just blazing through this stuff. It usually doesn't go this fast, honestly. Oh! Would you look at that? It's a really good thing I told this how to process mossy cobblestone, because that is a dungeon. That's pretty ironic, actually. Wow. I didn't plan that, I promise to you. That's pretty awesome. But this is starting to get stone, and I'll show you the process of making stone bricks or stone blocks out of cobblestone. This is still over here, still processing dirt. I'm going to turn my volume down to 5. It's a really noisy process. You don't want it to be too loud. So those are processing all the dirt, sending all of the scrap they get down to this one point. And that will make me fancy little boxes that I can open later and use to get random items. Let me go up to the stone area now because I'm going to be getting stone any second here. Oh no. I'm going to have to cool these down. 1 second. Alright, well it looks like turning these off won't stop production right away, but it is starting to slow down, and once these stop I'll turn the motors back on. But as you can see, this is still pumping a lot of stone up here, and it's getting processed. I'm already starting to lag. Oh jeez. This is getting processed and turned into stone, and I'll show you that event as soon as some cobblestone falls down into one of these electric furnaces. In the back there you can see normal cobblestone getting sorted into chests, and in the foreground is a cobblestone block, multiple cobblestone blocks about to fall down into furnaces. That's really, really loud. But you can see that that is turning them into stone blocks. I can come around here, and once that's done, there's a stone block. Amazing, isn't it? And that will get turned into, or put into a chest. And the lag's getting kind of tremendous here. I'm hoping I can keep recording. Alright, these might have stopped mining. They did. Alright, so I'm going to flip the switch and turn on the motors again. Sorry about the lag, guys. That's my computer not functioning properly because it's working with this ridiculous amount of materials getting sent up into those machines. But these will keep mining. I'm going to go ahead and make a time lapse of this process, just the moving hand. Alright everyone, so, well, let me turn my volume back on. So I just finished watching these things mine. Unfortunately, the lag was too bad for me to keep watching and recording the whole way through, but as you can see, all of these have arrived at bedrock and have managed to collect all the materials in their allotted area, in their little grid. What I'm going to do for this part of the recording is I'm going to go through and look at everything I got. So I'm going to go ahead and drop everything on my hotbar real quick so I can get that out of the way. There we go. Okay. I'm going to start with ores because that's the fun part. Let's see what I got. Okay, final count for ores. I got 27 gold ingots. I got 3 stacks of tin plus 42. I've got 6 stacks of copper plus 36. And I got, looks like almost 6 stacks of iron. That is a very, 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 very good haul for the time it took to actually do that, which wasn't very long at all. I could make a lot of nice stuff with that much metal. Let me just sort through all that into the chest. It sounds like these are still processing some things. Really? That's pretty awesome. This has still got tin coming into it. Oh, because I shut the motors down. So there's actually still some stuff that might have gotten left. And rain! Fantastic. Sorry about that. Okay, so that was ores. Let's look at valuable stones. Plus the 1 diamond that's just coming in now. So final count, 1 mushroom, 2 stacks of flint plus 4, 18 uranium, 60 lapis lazuli, 4 stacks of redstone plus 18, 4 diamonds, 5 diamonds actually, and 6, I will say 6 stacks of coal, which is a nice haul, mind you. That is a very good amount of items. And now, the part I've been looking forward to, we get to see what I obtain from this. As you remember, this is where all the dirt and gravel went. These scrap boxes. I got 40 and 32 scrap boxes. I'm excited to open these. It's like Christmas. Let's see what I get. I'm going to sort them all into an empty chest. And we'll see what I get. Alright, so I just finished opening up the last of the scrap boxes that I was opening, and this is what I managed to obtain from those scrap boxes. 7 wooden hoes, wooden pickaxe, 2 wooden swords. You can read these things: iron ore, rubber, pork chops, all that stuff. I got a golden helmet. That was cool. I got copper dust. I got some ores. The food's nice. I got some apples, which are pretty rare, trying to get them normally. I got gold dust, which was cool. I got a single-use battery, which I've never used before. I'm not entirely sure what it does. I got a sign, and I actually managed to obtain 1 diamond from all those boxes I opened. Basically, I don't think that using scrap boxes is way to obtain rare items by any stretch of the imagination. An efficient way to obtain rare items, you'd be better off just going and trying to get them yourself. But if you get fortunate, you might be able to find a diamond in one of them. But that being said, it took me basically 1 stack of scrap boxes to get 1 diamond. And I'm sure I got really lucky. Statistically, that probably shouldn't have happened. But in any case, I enjoyed watching this machine do its job. I enjoyed building this machine. I enjoyed making the video, and I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it. Please subscribe to see more from 10 Ton Tank, and please visit www.10tontank.com, actually 10tontank.blogspot.com, get that right? And I hope to see you guys around there sometime in the near future. Vasher 187 signing off. You guys have a nice day.